Hi, I'm Mark.
Hi, I'm Abhi.
And we've been attending the Bangalore International Film Festival
For 2-3 years now.
Yep.
So we want to make a video on what is on our watch list.
So it's really confusing because you get a huge list of
like 200 films, I think,
in
11 screens.
When the schedule comes out, we're really confused because we don't know which movies to pick. Especially the schedule comes out only at the last minute. And
Another thing of these films are being played here for the first time. So you don't find any trailer anywhere. So you should go by your gut feeling or listen to us.
but it's an excellent place to catch a lot of movies that are not shown on mainstream cinema and that you won't get to watch in the theater.
It's curated. These guys sit and curate, and even if you could source these movies from somewhere, you don't really know what to search for. Like, I don't know how many films are made around the world. These guys curate the best and get it. That's one advantage,
Yeah, some of the things people have to be aware of is that the aspect ratio. Some of the movies you watch, you'll see a little banding on the side.
I don't know if these guys are planning to do a mainstream film but that's the thing, these films are also not mainstream released. But still, if they're theatrical releasing, then they should be aware of that aspect ratio. They're shooting still in TV format.
But still, one of the nice things I like about these things is you might just meet the director or the producer of the film.
And most of the we found them behind us in the line.
They'll be standing behind you.
Very humble guys.
And they probably even invite you saying, "Hey, this is the movie I've made. Would you like to see it? Please consider watching this one also."
The thing about these movies are they're not mainstream movies. That's the thing. Like the people could make movies to make money, but then that doesn't improve your taste. But as filmmakers, anyone who's trying to get into filmmaking should watch movies like this. But that's the thing. Filmmaking is at this crossroad of commodification. You're not really seeing good movies nowadays.
And it's really good value for money. $600, 7 days of movies.
You do the math. I think $200 a movie you will be spending so much. And if these are international movies, then you will be spending way more. And the good thing about it this time is last time we had problem for getting food in the theater. It was sky high the prices. This time they've taken care of that. Really thanks to them for that.
So you'll get a snack for $50 or something to drink for $35, which is quite affordable. And you'll have to spend at least $500 if you go up to the food court, right?
Yeah. It's $280 for popcorn. I can buy cashew nuts for that money.
Right.
The two movies we saw, one was The Lady of the Lake.
Right. So I like the whole wide angle thing about The Lady of the Lake, very stable shots, and also this whole idea of what he did was he first made the documentary, built a good relationship with all the talents.
Footage.
Took the whole story out from the documentary and made something more cinematic and more fantasy-like, and everything came together. And the best part of the movie, The Lady of the Lake, is it's so open to interpretation, right? There's so much of symbolism in the movie.
And also it looked beautiful. I think that's partly because it's Manipur. You could turn your camera any side and you find beautiful frames.
And also, he took his time to document things, right? How to understand the characters, what they do for light, for food. So it closes a lot of questions. You get to empathize with those characters before the story starts.
Right.
And a very nice way is for him he really takes his time to set a scene, establish a location, establish the characters, and then go into the story.
Right.
I think the first couple of minutes didn't even have any dialogues, right?
Right. I was wondering if that guy can talk or not.
And still the whole spiritual angle of, a goddess of the lake or a lady of the lake. And I think it came together very nicely. Yeah, so the next film we saw was Chitrokar. Yeah. It's a Bengali film.
And I love the lighting in it. Very Rembrandt lighting, I think it reflected the art it represented in the film.
Right.
I think his film he was painting on his screen instead of the canvas. Every frame looked like that. And
it was very, very interesting to get an insight from the producer, right? Telling the story of...
he said he likes it. He considers it as an art form.
That way, this movie Chitrokar, the last mural, just from the poster, the image, it looks cinematic. It's something that you really, it'll pull out that artist in you. There's something about it. Even if the story is not going to be good. The story is good, by the way. But even if it's not good, the cinematography and the angles are going to be very interesting to watch, right?
Right. And Bengali films, I think it's a rule of thumb. They're always very good with their cinematography.
What about the story itself? There were so many other elements, right? There was animation in it.
Yeah, and
stop motion.
In this film, graphics. I didn't know who the main protagonist was. Was it Titi or was it that old man?
The artist?
Yeah. Then I think they've broken a rule here. Not broken a rule. They've not taken the conventional way of having a single protagonist.
Or maybe they're two dimensions to the same person, and together they become the protagonist, right? Of the old versus the new, and there's so much of contrast, right? and then to have a blind artist create something, come back to create something,
Right.
and then the torment in his mind, is it his imagination, is it part of the story, is it fantasy? A lot of respect for the arts also, right? That we don't see these days. It brings that contrast very clearly, that we take things for granted, we put anything together and call it art. There's no respect for the art
That
form.
debate happened in the movie also between contemporary and the actual art form.
That came out really clearly for me, and the movie kept me guessing, because some things are going to happen, but you don't know how they're going to pan out. And even things that, like how he passed away, and those
That was
kind
very
of
symbolic,
things,
him walking off into a painting.
Yeah,
It's his ever dreamland sort of yellow thing.
yeah.
Made a
But today there were a couple of other interesting movies that we wanted to catch, right?
I think the first one was we couldn't get that, but I heard it was a very good one. It was based on a reporter's report, and apparently the reporter died in the incident, but his report reached and they made a film on it. We'll be back home.
And then Rama Rama Re, the queue was too long.
Oh, I don't know, the crowd, they love watching Kannada movies here.
So if you're not early enough, then you might not get.
I heard good things about the movie, but unfortunately couldn't get in. These are the movies that we definitely wanted to watch.
Also, I found 6 feet 3 inches would be a very interesting concept.
It's about a guy in a coffin. He's
got some tormentor who's going to make him do something that he needs to achieve from inside the coffin, right?
I want to see how they captured the interest of people for 90 or so odd minutes.
Right, 104 minutes.
104 minutes, my god. That's a long time. It's in a single coffin.
The Polar Boy.
Apparently that guy killed it with his acting in the film.
Yeah. So and it's about being bipolar.
He's not bipolar, but he gets into some unwanted hiccup, and then he has to act bipolar. His girlfriend is bipolar.
Okay. So there's some.
I think these movies will repeat sometime in the schedule. We should, if we can.
We'd like to catch them. Yeah. Okay. So that 24 weeks is on your watch list?
I don't know. This whole topic of abortion, I think it's taking too lightly in our society nowadays.
Oh.
But it's a go, guys. Please, if you all can, I think they also are selling daily passes. If you all can't do the whole week, tomorrow is a weekend. Please do visit and take your daily pass and watch as many movies as you can.
Yeah.
I think the daily pass is somewhere around 100-120 bucks.
Not bad.
It's definitely a worth price. It's for the entire day. You could watch 4 films if you schedule ourselves 4-5 films to the max.